Xbox game show.
Oh. Anything cool in there?
The new Forza Motorsport fucking sick.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh, Motorsport, not Horizon.
I know, Motorsport.
Hmm.
All right.
Gammon will save us.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, never mind. That's faster.
Come closer, my new friend.
Revendreth will endure.
No atonement.
I need to get close. Can I get another summon?
When you're online, yeah. Oh wait, was this Soma, right?
No.
Lano?
Yeah. I was just emptying my bags real quick.
Sorry, I got the hiccups at the same time, so I'm fucked right now. Who are the other 6 we got?
Igor's running late. Ego will be here in a minute. I just pinged PP and Crazy because neither one of them posted out and has not logged on yet. So we're waiting on that.
Gotcha. Okay.
else isn't in the group? I'm missing someone. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I can't count today. I'm sorry, guys. If anybody needs to change covenants now, go ahead and do it. If you can or want to run Night Fae or Venthyr, it's a lot easier on this fight.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, that sounded yummy.
Louder. More. I'm almost there.
We can start clearing trash, guys. Over, Ryder.
I'm out of range. I need a time.
What's we doing?
Get off it. So if you want to go Night Fae or Vents here, go for it. Make your life a little easier.
Didn't quite work out for you there, did it, Soma?
Nope, I missed. I didn't hit the button fast enough. Would have made it.
That was dumb. Oh well. These things happen.
Fuck yeah. There it is.
That crunch though.
You guys want to death run this? You can.
We still gotta wait for another person, right? So does it matter how much time we?
No, that's true.
Only one more player.
Bunch of mobs behind us and off the left. We can go kill for BOEs.
Yeah, and Diesel's trying to fix his internet. Sorry for the wait, guys.
No problem.
I'm out of range. Hey, that's too far away.
Good job.
I need to target something first.
Ego, that yell.
My Icy Veins macro.
It's good.
Does anybody need us to go over the fight while we wait for Igor to get here? Do people remember from last time?
Just to make sure, maybe explain again.
Yeah. So the biggest difference between heroic and mythic is that you do damage to people standing next to you when you go through the ring. So you have to make sure that you're not you're not stacked on somebody like this when you go through the ring. So just pre-spread when the halo comes out. And kind of like stagger going in. There is going to be times where there's halos overlapping. You do still get the debuff like you do in normal and heroic, or well in heroic, not normal. So this is where the being Night Fae or Venthyr comes into play. So say for instance, we've got a halo coming from X and over here from Circle. When they overlap, you can soul shape or door of shadows into the overlapped one and you will not take damage. So the only time you take the damage is when you're actually crossing through the line. So ideally what we want to do is we would walk through the first one, wait for the overlapping ones to actually overlap when we've got two halos coming at us. And so you will soul shape or door of shadows into the crossed over one and then we'll reposition the boss there. Does that make sense?
Yup. Makes sense to me.
Yes.
The other difference too is that since we are going to be dealing with multiple halos at once, the big cone, the big annihilation cone that she puts out, we're gonna, I don't know if you guys remember, we were baiting it. So we're gonna do that again. Ideally, we're gonna bait her like right where Ego is over there. So right before the Annihilation Cone comes out, it targets a random player. So if we're stacking in front of the boss and she's facing out on the platform, then the cone will go out and we won't have to really deal with it. We pretty much just want to point it in the direction that we are not going in.
By the way, I think I read that it actually will target the closest ranged person.
I don't know. I didn't see that in anything. I saw that it was a random player, but could be. I don't know. But the easiest way to just make sure that we're baiting it is to just kind of stack up before she casts it, and then it'll just shoot off the platform, and it'll be like a non-issue and make that whole mechanic like just kind of a moot point for us. And it will also make moving around through the halos a lot easier because we won't be dealing with space being cut off on the platform. So that's why we're baiting, is to just make it so that we have more space and more time to get through the halos, since there's a bunch of them at once.
If we could try to confirm that, we could then bait with mages, since we have 2 and one of them's frost that can cold snap his block. That'd be sick. Let's skip 3 of them. Probably 4.
It can target Miller.
It can, 100%. Okay.
Do you plan on using immune for the second soak and sack for the fourth soak?
Yes. So what we were gonna do is just save the immunes for like later on in the fight. So if a player can immune them, you do it. Just make sure you're calling out that you're gonna immune it, because we don't want people to soak when they don't have to. And if we have to, like, towards the end, like when the boss is like 10%, we will probably sack you. Just because it's easier to do that than to deal with that whole mechanic.
When did we lust?
I think we were lusting off the bat. Anybody remember?
It's on poll.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Does the bait immune work, Cal? Because I was like reading, some people said that like it does work, other people said it doesn't work.
I mean, you don't need to bait, you just have 19 people soaking the first one, and then the
Yeah.
last person without debuff will be targeted regardless. You just have to make sure that the person that doesn't soak has an immune. Otherwise,
Okay.
if one miss, you have to make sure that the closest person that doesn't have the immune is the closest from boss.
But it has to be the same person immuning every other one after that, right?
No.
Oh, no? How do you swap people? I didn't look into that much, but if, like, you want to explain that, I'm totally up for doing that. Because that makes that a lot easier. I understand, like, the 19 people soaking the first one, and the only person not soaking is the one that will get targeted the next time, so they immune, correct?
Yeah.
And then how does it go after that to guarantee that somebody with an immunity is getting it every time?
Or you use voice, or you make a list of who's gonna immune. Like, let's say you use the first mage to be the first immune. The fourth time that the soak's coming up, you use the second mage. Then the sixth time it's coming up, you use a hunter.
Basically, Lano, nothing changes. You soak the same way, you just alternate and who's gonna immune. You just swap people in as their immunities are up.
Okay.
You're still soaking with 19 people for the first one.
Yeah, I know that one. And then the
For
rest
the
of
first one
nobody
for the first one every time. Because it goes right, so you have 2 soaks.
Oh, not the first. Not the first
just
set?
the very first one.
Okay, all right.
The first soak that goes out, everyone except for whoever is going to immune is going to soak, and then the person that's soaking the second one is going to be the immune person, and you're just rotating who that second person is depending on who has immunes available.
Got it. So you're talking about like the
And you do that for
like
every
the
set.
pushbacks, right?
Yes.
So okay,
Yes.
so everybody gets hit once. Well, 19 people get hit once, and then it's immunes for the other like 2 charges.
The second one
whatever
every
the fuck
time.
you want to call it. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And I mean, we have 5 immunes plus 2 frost mages with cold
Yeah.
snap. I think Menthal's playing frost.
Before you get through 4, the first one's gonna be reset anyway.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And worst case scenario, usually you instead of she'll put in the 5th one because you're
Yeah,
gonna
but
have
I
to
don't
move and so.
Yeah. But we might not even have to use APT for that one just because of how many immunes we have.
There's a huge movement that happened at that moment. It's usually easier to just kill that
Just
person.
die. Yeah.
Nothing's
What do you mean?
stopping us from doing half and half. Menthol, it's just less
It
damage
just takes
going out.
Yeah. Takes a lot of
That's
the
all it
pressure
is.
off the healers.
Yeah. It makes it easier for because we're 4 healing. We're gonna 4 heal to start.
Also important. If you do that and one person doesn't soak, that's
Yeah,
not
it's fucked.
that's supposed to be soaked. That person just have to be sure to be farther away than whoever is going to be solo soaking.
Yeah.
So you guarantee
Got
to
it.
target that person.
Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find out how much longer Igor is gonna be. And Diesel's still trying to fix his internet. Sorry guys, Igor said he'd be here in like 5 minutes, so if you wanna like stretch your legs, whatever, Go for it. Did two quick people want to go summon Igor?
He's right behind Diesel.
Oh, okay. I know Diesel's still trying to sort his stuff out.
Hell, you said it was the 5th one that's got the movement?
Something like that. I don't remember.
Okay.
I haven't got past the turn 1.
Alright.
We killed the third shield and the boss dies, so I don't remember later than that.
I just put who the soakers are in the ERT note. Just take a look at it.
Diesel just DC'd, it looks like.
Yeah, he's still fixing. He's getting like a weird Lua for some reason that we're trying to figure out.
That kind of sucks. Freaking internet problems.
Confused how Lua would have anything to do with your connection to the game. It's just front end shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him to turn off his add-ons and turn them on one by one to see if it loads.
Alright, so for the soaking, the first line that goes out that needs to be soaked, everybody except for myself will be soaking. The next set, the first line that goes out, everybody except for Menthol will be soaking. The next set that goes out, everybody except for Mango. Next set, everyone except for Monkey. And then those people who aren't soaking the first line, you're going to be immuning the second line because it will go on you. So if you are not one of the immune people, you have to be in the first line. If for some unforeseen reason you do not make it into the first line, you have to be further away from the boss than the person who needs to soak the second one, so that we can ensure that it goes on that person. Anyone not understand what I'm saying about that?
Makes sense.
We can probably do a pull while Diesel's fixing his stuff. He's out of the boss room, so hopefully it should be okay. I don't know if that'll...
No,
I don't think it'll...
It'll still have the same health, but...
Yeah, I don't think... No, I'm like, I don't think it'll mess with, like...
lines.
That's what I was thinking of, but I think since he's out of the boss room, it should be okay. I don't think it can target him out there. We can always find out.
No, I think it does target you. I think one time I was out there and it targeted me.
Healers, since we have like a different comp than we did last time, our note will not work. Well, maybe it will.
Be in
Yeah.
every first line, Igor. Remember, the soaks come out in sets of 2. Just be in every first one. You're not one of the soak people anyway, so.
When do you want the rally?
For the shield.
Shields?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do 2nd and 4th probably.
Yeah, that'll be good because I will devo the first one. So that'll help us out with that. And then, yeah, if you want to do the second one. Whirls, if you want to SLT the second one. Or do you have, is your SLT up for almost everyone?
A 3-minute cooldown, so might not be.
Probably not. It'll be every other like mine.
Okay. Then do the second one for now.
Alright.
Alright. Let's do a pull just to get some practicing, guys.
There's a lot of missing armor kits there.
His voice must prevail.
Which way?
Okay, adds up.
Interrupt the shockwave.
Remember, space yourself.
Interrupt team.
Everybody's in this. Four.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
I need to get close.
Everybody out. No one in there.
You have to stay really far away from the black puddle to get a lot of people.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and wipe.
Sorry, I didn't go over. That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Harmony will not be silenced. Your song ends.
Which way?
Purifying chorus. Discord silence.
Did we have soulstone out?
Chorus resume.
No, but I can.
Thank you, world. So for the pools, we want to drop them kind of towards the outside of the room as well, because we want to save as much of the inner part of the room for all the other mechanics that we're going to be having to deal with.
Also, we cannot miss kicks on the chorus.
So for the first arc, we don't need to really worry about it because that's going to go away, and we've just got the one halo to go through. When the boss moves after that and is in between Diamond and X, that's where we want to start baiting things like the arc and also the pools. So it's a lot easier if you are positioned in between the boss and the outer edge of the platform there.
Make sure that you're spreading when you're going through that wave. We lost 2 people on that first wave. Yes, you're still taking the boss between purple and X for after the shield. As soon as the shield's over, you're gonna take him over there. And then everybody's gonna stack up where I'm at right now.
His voice must prevail.
Which way?
Are we keeping her?
Interrupt 1.
Spread out, don't go through the wave at the same time.
Interrupt 2.
Everybody in? Good.
Good threats, Cal. 4.
Interrupt 1.
Heads up now is where we need to start baiting.
Interrupt 2.
Well, you don't want to tank the boss in your room because that's gonna bite you in the ass at difficult spots.
Who's personal here? And we're moving in between purple and X. Just keep going so
Yep,
we can see
keep
this
going.
part. Everybody move to in between purple and X.
Good job.
Swap to the floor.
Interrupt 1. Interrupt 2.
Good job with the bait though.
3.
You guys saw how that worked?
Interrupt 4.
Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
You sure we don't need me to rally that first shield phase? That's a lot.
We need to just do more damage on that shield.
Yeah. World, can you pop your healing tide totem there as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Crypt, are you running 2-minute trank?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and trank every shield as well.
Alright.
If you feel like, if you see that we need it before, if people are low, go ahead and you can pop it before the shield just so that we're healthy going into it.
Right.
We also have to make sure that we're real quick tanks on picking up those cores. I know it's kind of sketchy for the first couple when they're in cooldowns with Lust to get aggro on them, but whatever you can do, That's fine.
Does the positioning and the baiting make a little bit more sense now for everybody?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it another go, guys. And when there is a single halo, like, don't worry about having to go through it really quickly because you've got time. There's not going to be the first one. There's not going to be another one coming out that you got to dodge immediately or anything like that. So just spread out. Make sure that you don't have anybody standing like right next to you. You're not standing on top of another person, and just let the halo pass through you. Mainly, obviously, I know you guys want to run through so that you can get back on the boss, but just make sure you're kind of staggering yourselves. Once you have gone through the halo, you're fine. You can then obviously stand like right up on each other's nuts. That's fine.
Yeah, OG said he'd be right back.
Nelly deals for a friend.
Need this for pool. On tanks, please.
We're just pulling in that team.
Yeah, well, Diesel fixes his stuff, yeah. We're just gonna keep practicing.
Watch one. Interrupt.
Everybody in this. Good.
Nice, Igor.
Interrupt one. Shockwave. Interrupt two. Interrupt three.
I need to get close.
This is in me.
That up down the first one.
I thought it was far enough away, but probably not.
The next person that was also should be like in another position.
Did the wrong thing. Okay, we're moving between X and purple. Everybody move.
Watch one.
Going left.
Interrupt one.
Halo's coming.
Interrupt three.
This one is everyone?
Interrupt four.
Dodge.
Do we need
What was
an
your
interrupt
question?
order for
Just back.
fours?
We're just gonna
Okay.
do it.
Shockwave.
What was the question?
Your song ends. Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
Yeah, I mean, we need to just swap and do more damage to the cores. Nothing we can do to change that.
Watch wave.
Everything important.
Interrupt shockwave.
Everyone in there?
Everybody in this one.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
Forward,
Interrupt
everything
2.
on forward. Moving to the right. Forward.
Interrupt shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Destructive coda.
Interrupt 4. Interrupt 5.
Oh, I'm gonna race out. We don't have a soul stone.
I got one.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Shockwave.
Obliteration or discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
I don't know if it's preventable or not, but is it possible to not tank the ad in the arc in front of the boss? Because like my 4 set procs for Reckless Abandon, and I hit my Raging Blow, which if Reckless Abandon is up, or if my Recklessness is up, and I hit Raging Blow, it gives me a micro charge. So it like charged at the ad after I take the first Halo. So I took a second Halo thing just because he was tanked ahead of the boss in the arc. It was kind of, I don't know if that was a fucking just offshoot random shit that happened or what, but that was fucking miserable.
With the arc, that's why we're trying to stack and bait it, so that then we don't have to deal with it as much and don't have to be moving around it.
Sure.
And that should help with the ad as well.
This was the first one that I'm talking about. I died in the first one.
Oh, the very first one? Okay.
Yeah.
We can stack for that one too, really. It's always gonna like go on a random person. So if we're tanking boss kind of in the middle there, then we can just all stack basically like right where like Cal is standing. And then move to the other side of the boss when the core comes out.
I mean, maybe right there, if my 4 set procs, I just change targets to the boss and I just cleave off of the boss. I don't know. But the ad only gets 50% damage for me at that point, so
right.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just I don't know the best solution there.
Yeah, that's me. So what Ryder says is one of our biggest issues currently. Melee, use what little brains you have. Don't run through the circles. Like, you cannot run through those circles.
The circles are gonna be like there will be a swirly on the ground before the circle actually goes there. So if you see that swirly, just move away from it.
Well, that, and then even after the fact, once those puddles are on the ground, if you run through them, you're fucking us.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. When you're running through the halos, do not run through when you're next to somebody. Especially the first halo. First halo is, you can literally just make sure you plant somewhere not next to somebody.
Yep, and just let it pass on through. It's always going to be coming from the first halo is always going to come from us.
I need to get close.
Which way?
Everything on board here.
Interrupt shotgun.
Fred? Everyone in this one? Watch the pools here. Good, reposition.
A lot of people didn't get in that one. If you do not have a debuff on you, you need to be far away from the boss.
Interrupt 2.
Watch pools.
Far away from the boss if you don't have debuff. Far, far, far. Nope, you're dead. Because you were on top of the boss.
We're moving to the outside again after.
I need to get close.
Which way?
We're going moving to the right. Right.
Interrupt shotgun.
Spread out for the hit.
Everything on
Interrupt
4.
2.
Your soul.
Interrupt 3.
And die.
I think we moved a little too early
Interrupt
there.
4.
Nope.
Well, because we went the arc baiting outside instead
As
of.
soon as we know which direction the first wave is going, either left or right, we need to move the opposite direction and wait for the arc to go out. Once the arc goes out, we move through the boss, through the first wave. That's when you want to use your Night Fae soul shapes, your Venthyr stuff, your blinks, whatever you have to move through the first wave, and then get hit by the second wave.
Okay, so I can keep forgetting I have Shadow Step. I can just Shadow Step those. Shadow Step Door of Shadows.
His voice must prevail.
It's not ready yet.
Which way? Shotgun.
Fred?
Tank really need to pick up the 4.
I need to get close.
Now it's done, man.
Everyone in the. Everyone in, everyone in. Good.
New core.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
New core. Moving to the edge.
Watch me.
On me. We're moving right. Move.
Interrupt shockwave.
Oh, I rolled that wrong. That's my fault. Kill
Interrupt
everybody.
2.
That's okay.
Interrupt 3.
I thought it was the way that you were thinking as well anyway.
Interrupt 4.
This is everybody would be in this line. And that Vanguard would be soaking the next line.
That was me.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, it's you,
sorry.
Mythic.
Liberation arc. Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
Don't really.
No, they don't. It'll always go right or left. It's never like, it's not like always left. So like that one, the first core, or first halo went to the right. We should have moved to the left. But everyone before that was the opposite. Hunters and rogues should be MDing on the course for the tanks every time. Make sure you're MDing the cores to the tanks. Doesn't matter which tank, just get it on a tank so that it's not chasing down our DPS. Yep, we just gotta do whatever we can to not rip threat and kill him. We can't hold DPS or something like that for you guys to get threat. We just have to MD and nuke them down. Like, they have to die instantly.
His voice must prevail.
I'm out of range.
Watch me.
First Halo's coming out soon. Free spread melee.
Interrupt team.
That's my fault, Vincent.
Just die. Everybody stand in a puddle. Can't lose 4 people on the first wave. That's literally the easiest part of the fight.
Don't really.
Yeah, I'm getting double hit.
Silenced.
0.1 seconds. I got double tick of Halo. Excuse me?
Yep. Cal, Karn, Lano, Soma.
Mine was the pools. That's or the arc.
Any idea why that happens?
It happens because people are standing too close to each other.
Yeah.
When you go through the Halo and you're killing each other.
Oh.
So,
True.
The first Halo is always going to come out from X. So tanks, if you want to tank the boss pretty much where she's standing right now, just to give a little bit more time between the Halo coming and hitting you guys, that'll give time for melee to pre-spread. But melee also remember to give the tanks room, and that we're going to have the Halo leg pretty quickly at the beginning of the fight here. So ranged, always pre-spread, get your spot. Just let the Halo go through you. Melee, just keep in mind you're going to have to pre-spread. You may have to back off the boss for a minute, but it's way better for you to do that and to lose some time on the boss than it is to die. So you have to be spatially aware of who is around you.
Yes, you got hit by the arc. You're supposed to get hit by the arc. You got hit. The reason you died to it is because you got hit by the arc too close to somebody else.
His voice must prevail.
Watch way.
Halo in 4 seconds.
4.
Halo now, spread. Better. Everybody soak?
Everybody in. Don't res Neptune yet, but res him during the shield phase or right before the shield phase. I don't want him up before the next line goes out.
Interrupt team.
Schools are coming.
Kill that core. You should not be on the boss when there's a core up. Out of the way. You can res Neptune now. Personal snare. Okay. Moving to the edge. Where I am.
Watch way.
We're moving to the left. Moving to the left. And we have core.
Interrupt.
Okay. Through. Everything on core. Get hit by this next wave. Don't kill people.
Interrupt.
Better.
I'm out of range.
Everyone in this.
Everybody soak. Everybody soak. And now it would be Matt Ball taking the next soak.
Keep going.
4.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
I need to get close.
Interrupt 3.
You want to be by purple, so the next barrage we can be on blue.
You're in the line? It looked like you were in it.
I dashed it.
Oh, yeah. So we should have been near purple this time.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what Cal was
just
saying.
like a little bit further towards purple, but
Because after the barrage is gonna happen now, he's gonna teleport to green right away. So
Yeah.
everybody would soak this.
Like, in theory, you'd had whoever's so toward those who get pushed to it.
I'm so confused.
The pattern unfolds.
So she's gonna, like, when she ports around for the shields, she does it in the same order every time. Crazy. She's always gonna go to purple first, and then the next one after that, the next shield after that, she's gonna be going to blue.
Right, but the way Gamble explained it is if the orb is gonna start, or the thing, the circle thing that comes out, when it comes out from red, it's either gonna come out from purple next, or it's gonna come out from orange. And if
It's never gonna come out from orange until she's siphon it.
Yeah.
Right, so it came from orange, and we should have been over near purple.
No, it didn't come from orange.
No,
is what
no.
I'm saying. It came from purple. So he told me to be near X so we can get hit, because we don't have any movement things to dodge the orbs, so we have to wait the 5 seconds out. So he said take the one near X, and then when the one from purple comes out, you'll have enough time to walk through it after it expands out.
We're gonna do break real quick, guys. We'll do. Are you guys okay with doing a 10-minute since we started late today, just to save a little bit of time?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh fuck, that's right. I have to fix this. Yes, we do, right, Soma?
Hi, Diesel. I could make it way worse.
Please help.
Loud equals funny.
What the fuck?
He turned into a matrix.
Give me a gateway from over here towards condom. We're going to use the gateway to get to the stack point. You're going to tank the boss on moon, on pole. So everybody's going to be over here. Just tank the boss on moon. Remember, the core is like priority always. Like, the goal is to kill the core before it even drops puddles, which is possible with our DPS.
Second Cauldron's done, guys.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Just making sure.
I think it'll also help with puddles and shit if we do fail to kill the cores fast enough, which we have been so far.
Yeah, that was the entire point why we pulled here. So if puddle drop, we did just think here.
Yeah, because then we're gating over to the soak on condom, and we're just far enough away from any potential puddle issues. I also noticed that you're going from the first shield phase to blue and not X.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to him about.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
The problem, so just for everybody's essay, like, the problem with the way that we're doing it versus how any guide or other guild that has already killed it is doing it is most everybody else is 100% Venthyr and Night Fae, and they can do it specific ways to blink certain sets, and we can't reliably count on that for everybody in our guild. Like, we should be able to do that, like, you should be swapping to those, but I don't know if we have everybody swap to those. And there's, even doing it that way, there's a couple of overlap halos where you have to, like, be pretty precise with how you're blinking, and it's easy to just get killed. So that's the main reason why it's so hard for us to really coordinate where we're going to move, because it's also not set in stone where the halos come from every pull, right? So there's only two options really where they come from. Like, they're gonna be one way, or they're gonna be mirrored the opposite direction. But it's, that's why we can't just say every pull you're gonna tank the boss here and move to this position, right? So we kind of have to move on the fly. But so far we're not getting past the second set of halos anyway, so we'll worry about them when we get to them. But for now, we're just gonna pull like it is. Just tank the boss on moon. Whenever the boss teleports for the first shield phase, we're gonna go to condom. After condom, we're gonna move to blue. We're still baiting just like we did on X, so you're always gonna try and be on the outside, baiting the frontal cone. And yeah, nothing's really changed, just where we're gonna be on the boss. Again, I can't stress enough how much the core needs to die instantly. Like, if you have to do whatever you have to do, pull resources off the boss, whatever, for the cores, so that you can just dump in them as soon as they spawn.
So, where I moved the boss after the first halo was not the right way, or was it?
It was for where we were, what we were doing, but we're gonna move it a little bit differently and try and give you
Yeah.
Give everybody a little bit more room.
Instead of
when we're over on blue, like you're gonna have a lot more time to see where the halos are coming from. And again, like it isn't 100% necessary that we have a boss in a very specific spot. The only thing that is 100% necessary is the cores die instantly. You don't kill people by going through the halos next to each other, and then you can just, you know, situationally move yourself to avoid the halos.
So after the first shield, Crazy, instead of moving to X like we have been, you're gonna go to square instead. So that way, like, we should be on the opposite side of where the halos are instead of being right next to them. So we have some more time to see where it's coming from. And more time to spread out and stuff like that.
Right, but if the second halo comes from...
Actually, from my video, you still move to X. You only go to square when you have 3 halo.
Right.
I think you guys had X where our square is. Because you're starting.
I'm talking about your marker. Because for the 2 first halo, you still want to be toward X. So you're in the middle of 2, you can just side shift and blank. When you go to square, that's because there's going to be an overlap. That's going to either happen in between circle or skull.
Yeah.
Or it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's after the first shield is when we get the first double halo.
I'm not talking about double halo. Double halo you still sort of equal with. It's only when the third one happens you have to make sure you have your teleport.
The first shield happens. It happens when? 2 minutes?
About, yeah.
Minute and a half, something like that.
Oh yeah, I just have the markers wrong. Yeah, your blue is X marker, and moon is X. Does that make sense? Is it though? Because like, look at your VOD. Look at 2 minutes. The first shield, you move to the left.
Yeah.
So that's our blue marker right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely don't move to X. You move to blue.
Possibly. Not gonna lie, those people were a shit show.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's just get it. Space Rocket, Crazy, you guys good?
Yeah.
It's all right, Crazy. -2. It's hard to explain this boss because it's not set in stone.
And like everybody uses different markers too, so you have to figure out what markers they're using for what fucking room.
After the shield, you're going to blue. I'll be calling it, Crazy too. So just move to blue after the first shield.
Yeah, instead of going to the left, like we usually move to the left, which is where X is after the first shield. Just move to the right.
Yep. So we're facing
the center of the room is what I'm talking about.
Here. We're gonna get the lines.
The reason why I asked is because the first arc is gonna come from Skull.
Yes.
And the second one, if it comes from Orange, and the first one comes from Skull, if I'm over here, by the time the first arc hits me, the second one is gonna hit me as well. So
are you Night Fae? Like you should be.
I'm not Night Fae.
Like you should be Night Fae. Everyone who has an option to be Night Fae or Venthyr for these fights should be Night Fae or Venthyr.
This way you should have more time though, Crazy, because it's either going the Halo is going to come from either Circle or Skull first. And so with us tanking it at X, that leaves you less time.
If you are not Night Fae, just go ahead and swap. And we can do whatever we have to do.
Or Venthyr.
Or Venthyr, yeah, either or. monks and mages are the only ones that don't have to change because they have transcendence and blinks.
Warlock with circle.
Or yeah, warlock circles,
Yeah.
but that's not as you know what I mean, like you just have to hope that your fucking teleporter's in the perfect spot for blinking a double set or triple set of halos, like, but I think warlocks pretty much go knife anyways.
Right, this triple.
Everybody should be over near moon. We're thinking boss right here. And then when they teleports for shield, we can take the gateway.
Context.
Yeah, the only time you should ever be far away from the boss is if you're like doing some weird shit to try and avoid going through the halo at the same time as other people. Stop pulling early, please.
Watch where?
Boss on moon, please.
Free spread.
Everything on 4.
Shockwave. Interrupt 1.
Gotta kill the doors faster. Those puddles should never come out. Everybody in this one. You might get knocked off the edge. Never mind. 4. Four. Everybody on 4.
Interrupt 2.
Watch
Don't
me.
get it that's Relius. Reslano.
I'm done.
We're gonna be gating soon. Get out of this one. Play gate. We're moving it to blue after the shield breaks. This is a good time for your guard account. Just going forward, move to blue.
Watch where?
Gonna be coming from Skull.
Skull first, everybody on 4, burn the core.
Interrupt.
So you can practice your
This is the perfect place to blink. So that right there where everybody died, I know it was the first time seeing it. That is why we need Nightfall. Because if you, I can't show you because I'm about to die, but if you were standing right here and blinked, you would blink free of both of those circles. So if you were standing on blue and those two waves crossed and you Night Fae or Venthyr, you can avoid both of those circles.
Shockwave.
But also remember that there's 2 options for that set of waves, right? It could come from circle first, or it can come from skull first. If it comes from skull first, that's when you need to do the blink to avoid both of them at the same time. If it comes from circle first, you just run into the one at circle and just ignore the one at skull because your debuff will fall off by the time it reaches us. Does anyone not understand what I'm saying when I'm saying this stuff?
That makes sense.
Makes sense, yep.
Right? So we're moving it over here, baiting the frontal. It's going to either come from circle or skull. If it comes from skull, you're going to be basically standing like right where I'm at now, and then blinking at the right time to avoid both of the halos at the exact same time, right to here. If it comes from circle first, you can literally just run into it at circle, and then keep fucking with the boss, and ignore the one at skull because your debuff will fall off. Yeah, I'll give you a port. We get a lock gate too. Yeah, if anyone is not Venthyr or Night Fae, you need to swap.
Get instant 60 renown now, so
Yeah, you get instant 60. Our DPS is not an issue. Like, we have double Legos, and most of us are like 275 or higher. Like, we have plenty of fucking damage. We just need to live the strat. I didn't assume, Diesel, I told you to go Night Fae for the strat. Get fucked.
Wait, so where are we tanking the boss for the first part? Because I need to know for Wild Spirits because we moved out of it like a few weeks.
Yes, the boss needs to be tanked on Moon for the first part, not on Skull and then move to Moon. You need to pull it to Moon immediately and tank it right here.
Wait, I'm just wondering, why are we tanking on Moon and not like just in the middle?
So that we're not getting puddles in the middle.
When you're gonna have to avoid 3 Halo, you don't want any puddle in the middle, so you can actually have enough room to run away.
Yep.
Because you will have to get hit by 1, maybe 2. Because unless you're TLR with 2 chard, you have to kind of think about when you're gonna use your Dwarf Shadow with your Venthyr.
I know it seems unnecessary now, but later in the fight it will 100% be necessary because there'll be certain spots where we just lack damage to kill shards fast or cores fast enough, and we're gonna get more puddles, and it's gonna make avoiding, you know, the 3 set halos and potentially 4 set halos more difficult later in the fight.
And you shall not get 4 set.
Yeah, we should never get to the point of a 4 set, but first kill, if we have people die and stuff, it's possible. Anyone else need to summon? Yep.
I think we're good. Okay.
Hunters, I would save your Wild Spirits for core, for first core. Just cast it as the boss starts casting core.
His voice must prevail.
That was not saving Wild Spirits for core.
Get ready to spread.
Still not good. Everything on core, burn it, burn it, burn it.
Spread now.
Good, much better. See, now we don't have puddles. the debuff?
Everyone's.
Or everybody's soaked. Yeah. It's Halo debuff.
Diesel, you're gonna have to be far away, I believe.
Yes. Or you're just gonna die. Everything on core.
Interrupt.
Whoever is soaking first, just get it in range.
Yep.
Interrupt 2.
Look it away. Good.
I'm out of range.
Footer. Moving to blue. Everybody on the outside. On the edge. Coming from orange first. Just run through it on orange. Kill the core. Core. Everything on core.
Interrupt 2.
Right, good.
First die. We have 8 people dead.
For the master, I die 1,000 times. 1,000!
Your song ends. Discord silence.
Ranged, once the halo comes out, once we call where it's coming from, you can then move more towards the middle of the room to give melee a little bit more room to spread out around the boss so that they're not nuking each other.
Try and make sure we're getting everybody topped up before cores come out as well.
Yeah, we can do it.
Because the bolts hurt and there's nothing you can do about it.
Could you explain what we're doing when it comes out of orange again?
If it comes out of orange first, then you're just literally just running through the wave so that you can get the debuff on you, and then ignoring the wave that comes from Skull because your debuff only lasts 5 seconds and it'll fall off before the next wave comes through. You just need to make sure every time you go through a halo, if you are not blinking the halo, then you are making sure you're not running through on top of somebody else and killing them. We lost a lot of people to people running through the halo or letting the second halo hit when they're standing on top of somebody else.
Oh, from moon to orange, you mean?
Yeah. Because normally we shall never be by triangle. Because we want to avoid any puddle here.
Just put it from like right here to as close to orange as you can get it. Yeah, that's good.
Alright, purple.
The most important core to kill fast is going to be the one that's coming out right as the waves are coming out, the halos are coming out. You have to instant swap every time a core comes out. Like, don't cleave off the boss, just everybody hard swap the cores every time. So again, if that means pooling resources and doing a little bit less damage so that you can burst when the core comes out, do that.
Oh, thanks.
His voice must prevail.
Try
Red.
Good-ish.
So if you want an easy way to avoid the arc wave like that, stand near the boss one, so you don't have front bar.
Everyone's up.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
What puddles? Okay, yeah. Don't get hit by this. Now you can get. Coming from Skull first, this is the one you have to blink. Core, everybody on core.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
You gotta blink this one, remember.
Interrupt 2.
I need to get close.
Everything on core, core, core.
3.
Should never have a third interrupt on cores. Now we have extra puddles.
Everyone?
Everybody's in this one. The boss cortex.
The only difference from having a turn now is just
core. Everything on core.
Interrupt 2.
Remember, try and bait towards the outside ring. You're dead. Just die. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, whatever.
Watch wave.
Coming from Skull.
Yep. Move to Skull after kill core. Core.
Interrupt.
Run through it.
Interrupt 2.
Blink.
Your song.
Interrupt 3.
This would be everyone this time.
That should be everybody, but...
Yeah.
And then she's gonna teleport to purple, and we would go kill on purple.
The pattern unfolds.
I had killed somebody there, but
Your song ends.
Yep, and then you wait by star for the last set.
Silenced. Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
Do we have a soul stone?
How long did you have on your blink, Igor? Because if I'm not mistaken, then
Yeah, the Night Phase can't blink everyone.
You have to run through.
Venthier can.
You have to run through the first one and get the debuff, and then you can blink at the last second to avoid the next set.
For the Warlock, you can replace your circle where the overlap is going to be. Because regardless if there's going to be an overlap or not, you can just replace it. So at least you're going to avoid one.
Yeah, Warlock should always be able to avoid one.
In worst case scenario, you just...
Turning back.
You Dark Pact and hope.
Thank you.
But yeah, you should, if I'm not wrong, from watching other kill dots of this, that third third set, the weird overlap one, it's like the last second. Like as your Night Fae ability comes up, the wave is like right there. You just have to hug the edge until your blink comes up and you can blink it.
Unless you're a mage and could just laugh at the mechanic.
Yeah, that too.
Or you can run following the outside edge until it come off cooldown.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you're gonna skip one, but you're gonna have to get hit by the other one.
But you can always err on the side of caution and run into the first wave to immediately get that debuff on you and rolling, so that if you have to get hit by the second one, you can get hit by the second one. You're gonna have to do that later in the fight when we have 3.
Thank you.
I don't know if Void Elf, does it work?
Yeah, it works. It's a teleport. But you have to aim it and time it well.
Yeah.
Only charge ability that you can't use.
Keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Have to swap to cores immediately. Every bit of damage you have needs to get pumped into those cores instantly. Like, we have to fucking dumpster those cores. Especially the ones later in the fight that are coming out right as waves are coming out. Yeah, ranged on this fight is kind of cancer. Or melee on this fight, I mean.
I'm 2 million this fight.
Need intellect on Soma.
Huh? Say that?
On takes beast.
Everybody should be over here on them too. Like, shouldn't be any reason you're over near green.
His voice must prevail.
I can't hold my button. It says dead part.
What?
Red.
Oh, now it's got one of them streaming.
Everybody's in for this soak. New core soon. Ready to dump her.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Good, no swirlies. That's what I like to see. Personals. And we're going to blue.
I need to get close.
Watch wave.
Waves coming from skull first. So we're gonna have to blink. 4, 4, 4.
Interrupt shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Blink. Kill this 4.
Interrupt 3.
Okay. Everybody in. Detrimental. Good. We can start moving towards X after 4. Kill 4.
Interrupt
4, 4, 4.
Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Now on, keep the boss over there until the 4 dies. Menthol soaks this one by himself. Be in between boss and the edge. I believe it's coming from orange first. 4, 4, 4.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
The next part, you want to turn yourself towards blue so you get marked out.
Interrupt 3.
I mean purple.
You would teleport after this.
Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
Do we want to just keep her at square for the second set of halos there? Since they are still coming from skull or circle?
Well, the idea is you move to X so you can drop puddle there.
Yeah.
And never
Got it,
go
okay.
back there.
Yeah.
We just want to keep the boss over near square for that last core before the soak.
As the overlap, if we get like a purple circle overlap, the overlap is going to be like here to blank, so you don't want to have puddle around there.
Yeah. Yep, it's a lot of personal responsibility micromanaging. When you're going through the halos, you got to make sure that you're safe. If you don't have Night Fae, you have to know that you don't have the blink and that you have to move through the first halo so that your debuff falls off in time. And that doesn't mean wait for the first halo to hit you. That means actively run into the halo to get your debuff. But we're doing better. Still need to focus those cores later in the fight. We can't get lax with those.
His voice must prevail.
Watch
Purifying.
Or with wave.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
Someone walk up.
Stuff I'm gonna say is right. You want to talk about it?
Everybody get it?
in? Core.
Interrupt 1.
4, 4,
Shockwave.
4.
Interrupt
Watch
2.
swirlies. Don't get hit by swirlies. blue.
I'm out of range.
And then we have pork.
Watch me.
Everybody blow this fucking core up. It's coming from skull first. You're gonna have to blink.
Interrupt shot.
Oh, just kidding. Run through orange. I kill you all.
Interrupt T.
I thought it was going for something.
Should still be fine. Debuff has 3 seconds. 2, 1. Good.
Destructive coda.
Just die. Stand in puddle.
Silence. Silence. Dissonant core. Discord
Sometimes
silence.
it's my fault. Sometimes it's just hard to see where that little tiny fucking orb goes.
I saw it go, like, I didn't see the first one go to circle either. I only saw the one that went to skull, so I thought the same exact thing that you did.
But either way, like, I shouldn't be, even if I don't call it at all, like, as soon as the wave comes out, you should know. Like, if the wave started to come out from circle, like, you should know, hey, I have to run through this one. Because the next one's coming from skull. Or if it comes from skull first, you should know, hey, I have to blink this set. Because that set is never going to change. That's why we're doing the positioning the way we're doing it. It's always going to be one of those two. It's never going to be any different.
Thanks.
Be using personals and hellstones and health pots during waves and when cores are out too. You're gonna take a lot of damage just naturally.
Must prevail.
Watch me.
Or
Fred.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
get Leno up.
I can pop.
Everybody in. Four. Hard swap.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Good.
I need to get close.
No, don't be in this. Don't be in this.
Silence.
I'm out of range.
Watch me.
Four soon. Coming from Skull first.
Interrupt shockwave.
Got a blink.
Interrupt 2. Interrupt 3.
Remember, we're keeping the boss here.
Everyone?
Everybody in. Everybody in. Keeping the boss here for the next 4. Into X. Okay. Jump through this fucking 4.
I need to get close.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Watch Zorlius. Now we're moving towards X. Remember, be on the edge if you can. Trying to fake the funnel. Everybody is out of this except for Menthol. And apparently Thelmos. 4.
Coming from circle.
Yep, coming from circle first. You're gonna have to run into circle. Pick up your debuff. Go, go, go. Watch the frontal.
Interrupt 2.
Watch swirlies.
Interrupt 3. Interrupt 4. Interrupt 5.
We died 2 there.
Everyone's stacked. We should, everybody just do a range 1. It's got a 1 yard range. Just do that.
Discord silenced. The chorus resumes.
Kill your friends. That's the name of the game. It's all good. Shit happens.
I fucking hate that too, Mango.
Zug zug.
Oh, you can't do it range 1. 4 is the lowest? That's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though, because you should.
That's probably melee range, huh?
Yeah, I can do range 1.
Yeah, I can.
What the fuck?
Same. Don't forget to do a space. Range space.
I understand how it works.
Like,
must not though.
Just for your like knowledge, where I'm standing right now, I'm not in range of anyone. So like, you really have to turn your brains off to kill each other.
Did I get some? Couldn't get that.
Like, range one range is like nothing. Can we get a locate or summon?
You can also put a sound on your range warning too, so that if someone is in range of you, it beeps at you like an alarm clock. So if you don't want to have to look at it, like look at your range radar thing, you can set that and it'll just beep at you if someone's in range of you.
Get some luck cookies, please. Thank you.
His voice must prevail.
I'm out of range. It's not ready yet.
Purifying Horder.
Interrupt 1.
Oops.
Coda.
Everyone in? Everyone.
Res Diesel.
I got it.
Obliteration arc.
Watch puddles. Don't get hit by puddles.
Staggering tempo.
Yeah, he's gonna die. That's my fault. I set you up. I'm sorry. Should have waited until after.
Inevitable dominion.
I shouldn't have called the resu. That was stupid.
The harmony will not be silenced. Purifying chorus.
Goal first. You have to blink this set. Kill core.
Dissonant chord.
Whirlies. Core.
Destructive coda.
This is everyone?
Everybody's in this except for menthol. Core. Don't shoot a core.
Obliteration arc.
Watch swirlies. And move towards X. Here's a hard set. We have core and wave at the same time.
Destructive vibrato.
It's coming from condom first. Run into condom and get your debuff. Killing the core.
Dissonant chord.
Core.
Destructive coda.
This is everyone?
In this. Shield. We're probably just gonna die because we don't have damage for shield.
Pattern unfolds. Discord silenced. The chorus resumed.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Like when we're on X, and for example, that was going from condom. I think we have to stack at near skull, because if we all run to condom, then we're gonna get targeted by the cone, and we're all gonna die when we're running to condom. So like we have to wait till stand at X, like on let's say it's coming out of condom. Stand at X, wait until the cone goes out, and then run to condom.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
No, that's what we should be doing, but I think my call was move to condom to get your debuff, then I should have waited until the cone went out. Sure, why do you always run all the way over there to do your gate?
Doing a portal.
Oh, your portal, got it. That makes sense.
His voice must prevail.
Watch me. Interruption.
Everyone.
Start pulling for the next core. Core's coming out soon. Blow it up.
Interrupt 1. Shot.
Burn it, burn it.
Interrupt 2.
Yes, no swirlies. That's what I like to see.
Watch me.
Coming from Skull, you have to teleport.
Coming from circle.
No.
Shot. Interrupt 1.
Kill the core. Core.
Interrupt 2.
This is everyone so?
With Orjima.
Got him.
4.
Interrupt 1.
Get on this 4. Get on the 4.
Shot.
Go.
Interrupt 2.
Black puddles. Moving to X. Remember, wait for the frontal before we move. That's all alone.
Watch wave.
Here's wave coming from condom. Core.
Interrupt 1. Shot wave.
See, we moved too soon.
Interrupt 2.
Go to 4.
Interrupt 3.
This would be everybody.
Or purple.
Going purple. Probably dead. A lot of people are dead. Yep. So, tanks, make sure you're waiting at X. Like, when, yeah, you do. You want to save 3 minutes for shield. When we move to X, before you move to circle to get your debuff from the Halo, we have to let that frontal go off first. Like, if you notice that time, you moved before the frontal went off, and then the frontal went, like, and covered, like, this whole half of the room where circle is, and people were, like, scrambling to try and get away from it. No, it's not targeting you, but everyone's following you to stay on the boss. And the frontal comes out from the boss. So if you move, the boss is going to move with you, and then it's going to make the frontal really weird because it's going to spin to try and target somebody with the frontal. So we need the boss to stay on X, and everyone needs to be on the outside edge of the room, so that the boss faces towards X when it does the frontal, and then we move to circle. It's alright, it doesn't matter who it was, it's just going forward, as long as you guys know how that movement's supposed to work, that's fine.
Adam, can you res a healer?
I mean, Soraya's up. Soraya can res
The
everybody.
only one I can hit.
No, you're good. Soraya sat down and got a food buff first. Priorities.
It's like on an airplane. Whenever it's going down, you put your mask on first before everybody else's.
Yeah, because that mask's gonna save you.
Diesel and Igor to make sure we're getting soul stones on people.
His voice must prevail.
Watch one.
Right now.
Interrupt.
Got it.
Everyone's.
Four. Stones to the core.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Watch swirlies. Don't get hit by swirlies.
Mango, make sure you're far away from boss.
Dead.
You can immune.
Oh yeah, immune.
Just change up the order.
I'll get the next. No, just stay with the same order. We're not getting the honor immunes anyways.
I need to get close.
So, Menthol, you still have the next.
Okay.
Not ready yet.
Harmony will not be silenced.
When we get to Mango's immune, I'll pick him.
Watch well.
Going to the skull first. Gonna have to blink this one. Get ready for 4. Burn the fucking 4.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave. Interrupt 2.
Your song ends.
How did I get hit by Nova when I was already through?
Come on, no rest when someone walks with you.
This would be everyone soaking.
No one could have walked over me. I blinked it. It was way far away from me.
Interrupt 1.
Or first and then move.
Interrupt 2.
4, 4, 4. Move towards X. Everybody near the edge of the room. Except for Menthol, you're good where you're at. Just kidding. Igor's dead.
I need to get
Watch
close.
well.
Stay, stay, stay. Wait for frontal.
It's gonna be
Might be
coming from,
awkward.
it's coming from Skull first.
Kill the core.
Interrupt shockwave. Interrupt 2. Interrupt 3. Interrupt 4.
every people to a weird frontal that went towards the middle of the room because people aren't where they're supposed to be positioned. You have to be on the outside of the room, on the opposite side of X. If you're towards the middle of the room and the boss is between you and X, then you're in the wrong spot. The only person that should ever be out towards the middle of the room during that portion is Menthol when he gets the soak and he immunes. But even then, he should be moving to X as soon as his immune is over. What time did the third shield happen? Or the second shield happen, I mean? I don't remember. I don't remember what poll that was.
Third shield happened about 3 minutes 50 seconds, something.
Okay.
Wait, third? You mean when you go to purple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 3 minutes 30 in between that and 50.
Alright.
Like your
so,
3 minutes come back up before she teleports.
Yeah, so you get 1 use of your 3 minutes. Do not send your 3 minutes again until we move to purple. For you weird fucking 4-minute classes, and just do you.
There's no 4 minutes anymore. That's not a joke. It's not 4 minutes anymore.
Oh, meta's not 4 minutes anymore?
Read my Pearson.
And then is an army like 5 minutes?
Army's 7, but has a lot of cooldown reduction. Usually, like, averages like 3.5.
His voice must prevail.
I need to get close.
Watch me.
Four.
You ready to spread? Spread.
Interrupt.
Obliteration.
Everyone set.
Menthol, I need you to take my stuff. Oh,
I got a debuff.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Just sack whoever gets it.
Interrupt 1.
I need to get close.
Shockwave. Interrupt
Four.
2.
Whoever gets this, you're just gonna die. Unless you have an immune.
It goes to
Just raz him insta.
sadly, it goes to immune. That's why you have to make sure.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. As soon as you have the debuff, you just get it out. Otherwise, you can cheese it a lot later on.
Blue, get space up. Go back to that side.
250 cooldown, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he did get me that again.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
We're blinking this one.
I can't attack that car.
Go with 4.
This is every.
I'm staying out.
These you have to be far away from boss. The core.
Interrupt 1. Shockwave.
1 frontal.
Interrupt 2.
Okay, move to X. Diesel far away from boss. We'll be closer than him. Good. You can move back in now, Diesel.
Watch where?
Come from circle.
Don't move. Can't move early like that.
Interrupt 2. Interrupt 3.
I'm out of range.
Interrupt 4.
When you move early like that, then it puts that super awkward cone frontal. And then everybody's trying to move in the same direction as the frontal, and there's nothing they can do. Like, they have to move that way to get the debuff, and the frontal's there covering where they need to go. Also, when you're... That's going to be last pull. I should move X, I guess, but boss needs to be tanked a little bit further out.
Thank you.
Like, toward... Whenever you're tanking them, you just need to tank the boss, like, right on the tip of the little points.